Thanks so much for making our tails wag by watching this guest interview from Arden Moore's Four-Legged Life.
Pause up, pet pals. Welcome to Arden Moore's Four-Legged Life show. I'm your host, Arden Moore. On today's show, Groomer has it that if you keep your pet's coat in top shape, you can help your dog and your cat stay healthy. And here to unleash some great tips is our first guest. She is a professional pet grooming instructor. Please give pause and applause to Lindsee Lee Amsden. Welcome to the show, Lindsee.
Hi, how are you? Great to be here.
Hey, everybody. Lindsee wears many collars in the pet grooming world. I'm going to try to get some of them out there. She is the director of education at Pets Playground Pet Grooming School. She is also at the Wolfgang Academy of Grooming, and she is a grooming instructor and a competitive groomer. These two places are both in Florida. Oh, and she just became certified as a professional pet first aid and CPR instructor with Pro Pet Hero. I know that because I was her teacher. And she graduated very, very well in our 2-day veterinary approved training program. So I'm so glad to have you on the show for many, many reasons, Lindsee.
I'm so happy you invited me. I was thrilled. Absolutely thrilled.
So right now you are where? Which place are you at?
Right now I'm at the Wolfgang Academy of Grooming in Ocoee, which is like the Orlando, Florida area. It's just west of Orlando.
Okay, and
so
I love the play on words. Wolfgang.
Yes.
That's awesome. That's kind of right up my wheelhouse, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, dogs come in a zillion different breeds, different coats, and we can't forget our feline friends. We'll make sure we have some tips. I guess the focus today is I'm trying to have you help us in between a professional groom visit.
Mm-hmm.
And first of all, let's just step back in time. Were you like a nuclear physicist before you entered the world of grooming, or what did you do before, and what inspired you to say, this is my lane, this is what I love?
So I was lost before I was a groomer. I was actually a lifeguard for 5 years at Disney in Orlando. And
did
during
you ever
that
save
time,
Mickey?
I wish I would have had a better paycheck.
Yeah.
I did it for a while, and while I was there, I really lucked out. I wound up training and doing a lot of different things, becoming a jack of all trades there. But I was still like, I didn't have a career. I didn't have a path. I didn't have any like choice. I was just doing whatever I could do because I was young. And then I left. I went down to South Florida, and I just really, really needed a job. So I went and worked at a corporate salon for a little bit and learned that I actually really, really liked it. I absolutely fell in love with the dogs and the grooming and learning that there are more than just grooming dogs in this career. I absolutely love it. It's not just cutting hair; it's also learning about them. And it's fantastic. I love it. I fell in love with it and I stayed. And now
so how long have you been a professional groomer?
I have been a professional groomer since 2013. I started in the industry technically in 2012 as a bather, and then I became a groomer and graduated in 2013. So I've been doing it for 10 years now.
So on your tax return, you put down bather?
Originally I did, yes.
That sounds fun. She's full of good, squeaky clean fun. But
exactly.
it is sort of important to kind of start at different levels and build on it, right? I mean, I'm thinking there has to be an art and a science to being a very good pet groomer. Would you agree? And can you explain?
100% I agree with that. We do normally recommend that when you want to be a groomer, you start out in the industry anywhere, just so you can learn dog behavior, because a good majority of being a pet professional in any aspect of it is knowing and understanding pet language and behavior. If you can understand what a pet is saying to you, you can usually work with them. The problem is they don't speak English. they speak body language. So it can be a little tough.
And meow.
Yeah. So you have to learn a whole new language just to take care of them.
But that's all right. Now, with the fact that dogs come in different coats, there is the single coat, the double coat, the nearly hairless, What are some of the other kinds of coats that dogs may have?
There's silky coats, drop coats. There are completely hairless breeds. Short coats and medium coats are completely separate. There's double coats and combo coats, which are completely different.
What's the difference? Give me a breed to give us a visual.
A perfect visual for you. Think of a golden retriever. Everybody knows what a golden retriever is. A golden
Right.
retriever is a combination coat and a
Oh,
double coat and a silky coat.
oh,
It's all of the above.
wow. And
There's
they're pretty
certain
popular.
Yep, there's certain sections of it that are silky. There's certain sections of the golden retriever that are short. Think of like the front of their legs or the top of their paws or the front of their face. And then
Yeah.
there's certain sections that are double coat, and that's like the shoulders, the chest, the belly. So combination coat just means that it's different coat in different spots on the dog. Double
Oh,
coat
okay.
means it's the same coat in the same spot.
Oh, I just got schooled in a good way. Yeah, I like that. Well, years ago, I had a husky golden retriever. Can you imagine how much brushing I did on Chipper?
I bet it was so fun too.
I filled a whole garbage bag, and Chipper looked like she had all her hair. Where did that hair come from that filled my plastic garbage bag? And she's like laughing. I mean, seriously, I thought she'd be bald after 40 minutes, but she's like, I got some more.
No, that's that soft double coat that's hiding underneath the guard coat. The guard coat is
Yeah.
the pretty colorful coat that everybody sees. It's usually what has the color in it. It's the
Oh,
dark grays, the browns, the golds in your golden retrievers. And then you've got your double coat. Your double coat is the undercoat beneath it. That's that soft, wispy. It's usually like a pale yellow or a white or a beige. It's very, very light colored and it's a completely different texture. That's what you're pulling out. So she should still have her guard coat with all her pretty color.
that's pretty funny. When you look at a dog down the street, I'm just wondering, do you just kind of, how do you size up a dog now that you're a professional pet groomer and instructor and competitive groomer? I mean, I'm just thinking because of your training, you just don't look at a dog and say, oh, they have sweet eyes. What are you thinking when you see a dog?
I do still do that. Oh, look at that cute puppy. Like it's still a cute puppy. They're still adorable,
Yeah.
but then I look past it. I'm like, oh, that dog hasn't had a haircut in a couple weeks, or hey, I got an opening in my shop tomorrow. Or
Well,
just like, oh, look at that. They take really good care of that dog, or that's a really good haircut for that dog. I think about their hair more.
and you have both a dog and a cat. You want to give a 411 shout out, and what kind of coats do they have?
I've got Cooper. He's my dog, my only dog right now because he's a little bit of a butthead. He doesn't like other dogs. So
That's right.
he's decidedly made it to where we're a one dog household. He's a Chow Chow mix, so he's got a good, real thick double coat. He's
Okay.
blonde. He looks like he's Chow Chow Golden Retriever mix. He's got the colors
Okay.
of a golden and all the hair of a Chow.
And what
He's
about your
beautiful.
meow? We got
And then
about like 30 seconds left before the break. Shout out to your feline.
And Harley, she's just a really cute torty calico kitty that we found on the street sometime last year, and we decided to keep her.
And what's her coat like?
Her coat, she's short coat, short, soft. She's a domestic short hair, so she's mixed. Cute little mutt cat.
I like it. I like it. Hey, everybody, we're speaking with Lindsee Lee Amsden, and please check out after the show. She's at the Pets Playground Pet Grooming School and also Wolfgang Academy of Grooming. And I think it's Pets. Hang on. I don't know why my printer is talking to me. Please edit that out, Brad. Okay. So she's at the Pets Playground Pet Grooming School, and that's in Pompano Beach, Florida. And then she's also at the Wolfgang Academy of Grooming. That's in Ochi. Is that, how do you pronounce it?
Ocoee.
Oh, I knew that. Ocoee. I can say Okeechobee, but Ocoee near Orlando. And so go out and check out petsplayground.edu and Wolfgang Academy of Grooming.com after the show. So everybody sit, stay. We'll be right back. What's up, pet pals? Welcome back to the Four-Legged Life Show. I'm your host, Arden Moore. We're getting schooled in a good way about our dog and cat's coats and why it's so important to have them well groomed, not stinky, not waxy ears, not long nails. I mean, if dogs could talk, we have a professional pet groomer here who also is an instructor. If dogs could talk, what would they tell us about how they want to look? And we have Lindsee Amsden. Take it away.
Well, if dogs could talk to us, they'd probably tell us that they want to get bathed more often.
Really? Okay.
They probably
Okay.
would. A lot of the dogs that come in, they get a bath every 6 weeks, considering we shower every day, and they're the ones that are hanging
do.
out on the ground.
Yeah. Well, I smell my dog Kona's coat. She's a terrier mix. She never smells funky. And I don't bathe her as often as I do my Chihuahua poodle mix. So what's going on? What's going on? What's the nose saying?
So that could actually be her coat type. Her coat type is pretty wiry, right?
Yes.
Yep. So
Yes.
wire coats, we don't actually recommend bathing that often. We don't normally shampoo them that often either. Sometimes they will come in for grooming, and if they are really gross, we'll still shampoo them so they still smell nice. But the way that you take care of different coat types is completely different. So wire
give us
coat types.
Yeah. So Kona is pretty. She likes sometimes a dry shampoo, but her coat is wiry. But Emma, she can smell a little doggy.
Yeah. Wire coats, we don't normally wash them. It is designed to be coarse to texture. It's actually designed to be slightly water resistant.
Wow.
Terrier type dogs are, it gets originally back into their main purpose. Terriers are originally used as ground hunters. They're used to hunt on the ground, not in bushes, not in lakes, not in rivers, not off boats, in the ground, digging into holes. So they need a coat type that can repel that dirt and that water and that muck that they're getting into in order to go get the little weasels or the foxes or the rats that they're digging for.
So give us a high maintenance, gotta bathe more often kind of coat.
Not necessarily. That coat type doesn't need to be bathed that often.
No. Give me an example of a dog that would need to have more baths.
Emma. Silky curly coat.
What's it? What'd you call it?
It's a silky or a curly coat.
And why do they need?
And the curly can just, it winds up getting tangled. So it just needs to be combed or picked through a lot more often to prevent tangles. And the silkiness just soaks up all the dirt. It soaks up all the oils. It soaks up when you're petting them, the oils off of your hands, the oils all around other animals. It soaks everything like a sponge. So they have to be washed. If they don't get washed, they get really nasty. Whereas
so when you are bathing
water
dog,
resistant.
what are a few tips so that they, when you're using, they're rinsing? What would be a few good tips that we could pay attention to not get water in the ears and make sure that we're drying the coat? What would you recommend in between visits with you?
In between visits, if you're washing at home, I always tell my new students put cotton balls in the ears until you're accustomed to like working as a professional. So all of my clients put cotton balls in the ears. Cover the ear pretty, like just stick it in there, a full cotton ball, put it in there as long as it'll fit, just deep enough that if the dog shakes, it doesn't fly out. So not stuck into the ear. That can help prevent water getting in it. I also recommend rinsing down the dog's face, not up the dog's face.
So the dog's head is down?
Yep, have the head look down and rinse down the face. Most dogs, their ears are set forward. They open up forward and off to the side. They don't open towards the back. So when they're looking down, the water's running over their face, rinsing. It's not going to get into their ear.
So don't have them look up at you with adoring eyes when you're rinsing because...
Correct, because the water will just drain right into their ear, just like that. And we don't want that.
And I love it when dogs shake. We had a Bernese mountain dog. Oh, I love Boo Boo. And Bujo, when she got a bath, look out, baby, you're going to get wet. So why should we let them shake, or what's your to help on the drying?
They are the most effective at getting water off of them than we are. They know how to shake their body. Let them shake.
Better than Elvis, right?
Yeah, let them have fun with it. Let them go crazy. Yeah. I always say towel time is my fun time. If I ever get those dogs where, I wrap a towel around them and they just start loving into that towel and then digging on the ground and rubbing their face all over, I let them. You're drying yourself. You're a self-drying dog. You go for it, buddy.
And one thing I think what I'm very impressed with you, Lindsee, is that you are very cognizant of what you are projecting emotionally because our dogs can smell our emotional states. Can you give us a couple of tips? Because you're dealing with a lot of different dogs and some cats that are coming in. They might be a little nervous. What are some tips you can give us to make it a little bit nicer and calmer for everybody?
My biggest tip is I always like to tell people that animals are a reflection of our own attitude. Whatever your own attitude is, the animal will reflect that. So if you're nervous, the dog's going to be nervous, or the cat's going to be nervous. If you're excited, your dog's going to be excited. If you're calm, your dog's probably going to be calm.
Okay,
One of the
that's
big
good.
challenges that groomers have is, dogs will walk into a grooming shop and they start shaking because they're nervous, they're scared. This is the last place I came to get a bath. I'm nervous. I don't like it.
Yeah.
They remember that. They do remember. So making the interaction, the walking in interaction to go into a grooming salon, the fun interaction, the moment they walk in the door, it's exciting. That
Yeah.
can help get dogs in the door that maybe put on the brakes as soon as they see the grooming shop.
Now, I remember you talking to you before the show. Sometimes you have mint gum or mints in your mouth. What's that doing? Because they
Yes.
can really smell better than we can.
Yes, that's actually a tip that I learned in my competitive grooming. A lot of times it's a stressful environment. It's a good kind of stress, but it gets your adrenaline pumping. It gets you as the competitive groomer, you get a little stressed out, a little nervous. I'm getting judged. People are watching me. I'm up on a stage. You can have your blood pumping and still view and look as though you're calm. But the dog can still smell that. The dog can
Oh,
smell your adrenaline, can smell your stress, can smell. So even though you yourself are consciously calm to keep your dog calm, the dog can still smell it. So a tip we used to do is we used to chew mint gum.
oh
It would
wow.
cover the smell.
I love it. We've got about a minute left. I can't believe it. Never try to cut out a mat and make sure you get the right brush that has metal comb, right? Come on, tell me
Metal teeth, metal teeth.
quickly.
Yes, slicker
Metal
brush with
teeth.
metal teeth and combs with metal teeth. Those are your biggest bets. If you have a long coat dog, get a long coat slicker brush or a long pin slicker brush. If you got a short coat dog, get a short pin slicker brush. And any metal comb, they come in every color. Get whatever you need.
And why don't we use the scissors to our pet's face?
Safety, that's the biggest thing. You're not, yeah, most pet people or most pet owners aren't trained in safety or anatomy on their pets. They know what their dog looks like, but do they really? So safety, try not to put sharp things in your eyes.
And last thing, you got eye boogers. A tip for eye boogers because we're all interested. What's the best way to maintain the clean eyes?
Keeping the eyes clean. My biggest tip is always when you're dealing with it at home and they build up really fast, get them wet, get them damp. Use like a damp washcloth or a unscented baby wipe. Keep those or doggy facial wipes. You can use those. Get it damp and then get a metal flea comb. Buy one, you'll never have to buy
Metal flea
another.
comb. That's a small tooth. Yeah.
Yep, that's the teeny tiny little flea comb. Metal. Never have to buy another one. Don't get a plastic one. The plastic teeth will break off. And then just comb it out when it's all wet and soaked.
And give them a treat.
And give him a treat. Give him all the love.
Well, thank you so much, Lindsee. Did you have a good time?
It was fantastic. This is wonderful.
It goes by
Thank you.
fast. Everyone, I really, really appreciate Lindsee Lee Amsden. She's a professional pet groomer. Check her out at petsplayground.edu in Pompano Beach, Florida, or Wolfgang Academy of Grooming in, say it,
Ocoee, Florida.
Ocoee, Florida. We're definitely going to have her back because we want to talk cats and more things. But everybody, please sit and stay. After the break, we're going to be talking with Carol Bryant. She is the founder of Fadose of Reality, and she's got some pet marketing tips for us. And so everybody just sit, stay. We'll be right back.